Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're returning to one of the most revered complications in all of horology, the Perpetual Calendar. These are watches that think. They know the length of every month. They account for the irregular rhythm of leap years, and they display the correct date without ever asking anything of you. Each one on today's list represents a different level of the craft, from the remarkably accessible to the historically sublime, but every single one earns its place through genuine mechanical and aesthetic distinction. If you love serious watchmaking, this is the list for you. Let's get started. Number 10. Frederique Constantin. Slimline Perpetual Calendar. The Frederique Constantin Slimline Perpetual Calendar remains one of the most quietly astonishing value propositions in contemporary Swiss watchmaking, and it deserves every word of praise it receives. FC's founding mission has always been to democratize fine complications, to bring the pleasures of genuine mechanical sophistication within reach of collectors who shouldn't have to choose between quality and financial sanity. And the Slimline Perpetual Calendar is that mission fully realized. The case is elegantly proportioned, slim as the name promises, and the dial presents the full Perpetual Calendar suite: day, date, month, leap year, and moon phase, with a clarity and refinement that looks entirely at home, alongside pieces costing many multiples of the price. The in-house FC775 Perpetual Calendar caliber is the heart of the argument. A genuine manufacture movement, built and decorated in Geneva, handling all calendar functions mechanically with a 38-hour power reserve. The exhibition case back completes the experience, offering a view of movement finishing that should not exist at this price but emphatically does. The Frederique Constantin Slimline Perpetual Calendar retails for approximately $4,500 to $6,000 USD. Number 9. Montblanc Heritage. Perpetual Calendar. Montblanc's transformation into a legitimate watchmaking force has been one of the more compelling stories in the industry over the past 2 decades, and the Heritage Perpetual Calendar stands as one of the most persuasive chapters of that story. Drawing from the brand's deep archive of classically elegant design, the Heritage Perpetual Calendar presents its full suite of complications: day, date, month, leap year cycle, and moon phase, through a dial of exceptional composure and balance. Despite the density of information it carries, the dial never feels crowded. The layout breathes, and each display finds its natural place within the overall composition. The movement inside is built to a standard that matches the exterior presentation, decorated and finished with the seriousness the Heritage name demands. On a hand-stitched leather strap with a refined steel case, this watch carries itself with the kind of quiet confidence appropriate to a complicated dress watch of genuine distinction. Montblanc has earned its seat at this table, and the Heritage Perpetual Calendar is the proof. The Montblanc Heritage Perpetual Calendar retails for approximately $8,000 to $12,000 USD. Number 8. Zenith Elite Perpetual Calendar. Zenith is one of the great underestimated names in serious Swiss watchmaking. A Jaeger-LeCoultre manufacturer with a history stretching back to 1865 and a technical pedigree that commands the deepest respect among those who look past the obvious luxury marquees. The Elite Perpetual Calendar is a watch that rewards exactly that kind of informed attention. The Elite caliber family has long been synonymous with precision and elegant construction, and the Perpetual Calendar version brings the full complement of calendar functions: day, date, month, leap year, and moon phase, to a dial of classically restrained beauty. Silver-toned with blued steel hands, applied gold indices, and a layout that speaks the language of traditional haute horlogerie without affectation, the Elite Perpetual Calendar is a watch that asks nothing of you except appreciation. Zenith has always let the movement lead and the marketing follow, and wearing this watch is a declaration that you understand and share that priority. For the collector who prefers substance over noise, Zenith's Perpetual Calendar is deeply satisfying. The Zenith Elite Perpetual Calendar retails for approximately $14,000 to $18,000 USD. Number 7. Vacheron Constantin. Traditionnelle Perpetual Calendar. To wear a Vacheron Constantin is to wear the oldest continuously operating watch manufacturer in the world. Founded in Geneva in 1755, never missing a single year of production across wars, revolutions, and the entire arc of modern history, and the Traditionnelle Perpetual Calendar carries that incomprehensible heritage with total, unhurried authority. The Traditionnelle collection exists for one purpose: to honor classical watchmaking in its most distilled and perfect form, and the Perpetual Calendar is its most complex and moving expression. The dial is constructed with layers of applied finishing, guilloche textures worked by hand, engraved chapter rings, gold hour markers, and the Maltese cross emblem that has identified Vacheron since the 18th century, brought together with a compositional mastery that makes complexity feel like simplicity. The in-house caliber 1120 QP is movement decoration elevated beyond craft into something approaching philosophy. Anglage, beveling, and polishing perform to a standard that reflects not just extraordinary skill, but a genuine belief that the inside of a watch matters as much as the outside. The Vacheron Constantin Traditionnelle Perpetual Calendar retails for approximately $55,000 to $75,000 USD. Number 6. IWC Portugieser Perpetual Calendar. The IWC Portugieser Perpetual Calendar is one of the most completely resolved watch designs in the history of the complication. A piece so perfectly balanced between technical ambition and aesthetic clarity that it has remained essentially unchanged at its core for decades, simply because nothing about it invites improvement. The large case, the clean ivory or silver dial, and the logical arrangement of day, date, month, and the unique 4-digit year display, the only one of its kind among perpetual calendars at this level, combined with a mathematical precision that is entirely consistent with IWC's Schaffhausen engineering identity. The perpetual calendar mechanism is calculated to require no correction until the year 2499, a commitment to long-range accuracy that says everything about the seriousness behind this watch. The caliber 52610 provides a 60-hour power reserve, and each calendar function can be independently corrected via dedicated pushers, a practical convenience that serious wearers genuinely appreciate. Few watches in any category communicate mastery as quietly and as completely as this one. The IWC Portugieser Perpetual Calendar retails for approximately $28,000 to $35,000 USD. Number 5. Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Perpetual. Jaeger-LeCoultre occupies a singular position in the Swiss watch industry, a valley manufacturer in Le Sentier, responsible for producing movements not only under its own prestigious name, but for many of the most revered maisons in Switzerland and beyond. And the Master Perpetual is where that extraordinary depth of in-house expertise finds one of its most elegant expressions. The Master collection has always stood for the ideal of the perfect gentleman's watch, impeccably proportioned, technically serious, and designed with a restraint that ages beautifully rather than chasing momentary trends. The Perpetual Calendar module integrates day, date, month, and moon phase into a dial that manages its information hierarchy with the ease of a layout that has been refined over generations. The movement inside is entirely JLC's own, decorated, regulated, and certified to the standards of a manufacturer that has set the benchmark for mechanical quality since 1833. Wearing a Master Perpetual is wearing the accumulated knowledge of one of watchmaking's greatest institutions. The Jaeger-LeCoultre Master Perpetual retails for approximately $22,000 to $30,000 USD. Number 4. Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar belongs to a very small category of watches that can genuinely be called revolutionary. Not once, but twice over. Gerald Genta's 1972 Royal Oak design was a provocation that became an icon. An integrated steel sports watch with an octagonal bezel, exposed hexagonal screws, and a tapisserie dial that permanently redefined what a luxury watch could be. Adding a perpetual calendar to that already legendary platform compounds its significance enormously, producing a watch that is simultaneously one of the most important sports watches and one of the most important complications ever made. The day, date, month, leap year, and moon phase displays are woven into the Royal Oak's aesthetic fabric with an integration that feels entirely organic, as though the dial was always meant to carry these functions. The in-house caliber, 2120s to 2800, is extraordinarily thin at just 4.3 meters, allowing the perpetual calendar to inhabit a case of almost architectural slenderness that wears with a lightness completely at odds with its mechanical complexity. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Perpetual Calendar retails for approximately $75,100 USD. Number 3. A. Lange Söhne. Langematik. Perpetual. The A. Lange Söhne Langematik. Perpetual is a watch that makes an argument, quietly, confidently, and irrefutably, that the finest watchmaking in the world is not Swiss. When Walter Lange relaunched the Glashütte manufacture in 1994, the collection he unveiled did not attempt to compete with Switzerland on Swiss terms. It did something more ambitious. It invented a new set of terms entirely, rooted in Saxon tradition and expressed through innovations that the industry had never seen before. The Langematik Perpetual is the fullest realization of that founding ambition. Lange's outsized date, presented in twin apertures of a size and legibility that no other manufacturer has matched or seriously challenged, anchors a perpetual calendar layout of total compositional authority. The zero reset seconds mechanism allows the wearer to synchronize to a time signal with a single pusher, snapping the seconds hand to zero instantaneously, a convenience with no equivalent elsewhere at this level. And crucially, the perpetual calendar is programmable both forwards and backwards, through time. A practical intelligence that reflects the Saxon philosophy of engineering problems fully rather than adequately. Number 2. Patek Philippe Perpetual Calendar. 5320G. The Patek Philippe 5320G has, in a relatively short time since its introduction, established itself as one of the most significant and admired perpetual calendar references the manufacturer has ever produced. And at a house with Patek's catalog, that is a statement of the highest possible gravity. What distinguishes the 5320G from the perpetual calendar field is its retrograde date display. A single elegant hand that sweeps across a curved arc to indicate the date before snapping instantaneously back to its starting position at month's end. A display that is technically demanding to engineer and visually captivating to observe. The dial takes its aesthetic vocabulary from Patek's grand pocket watch tradition. Warm champagne lacquer, applied gold hour markers, a depth and warmth of surface quality that rewards the kind of sustained attention few modern objects can hold. Number 1. Breguet Classique. Perpetual Calendar 5327. The Breguet Classique. Perpetual Calendar 5327 takes the top position on today's list, and to understand why is to understand something essential about the entire history of watchmaking. Abraham Louis Breguet was not simply a great watchmaker. He was the watchmaker who invented or perfected more of the fundamental mechanisms that define fine horology than any other individual who has ever lived. The tourbillon, the parachute shock protection, the overcoil balance spring, the self-winding mechanism. Breguet's fingerprints are on the foundations of everything that follows him. The Classique Perpetual Calendar 5327 is not merely a tribute to that legacy. It is a living continuation of it. The engine-turned guilloche dial, hand-engraved on the Breguet manufacturer's own rose engine lathes, is one of the most beautiful objects in all of decorative art. A shifting, shimmering surface that catches light differently with every movement of the wrist. The blued Breguet hands, another invention of the man himself, sweep across it with a grace that no photograph adequately captures.